Hey, welcome back, my amazing students. I hope you guys are having a really awesome day. Today is a really awesome day. We're going to learn something really cool here. So in this lecture, we're going to create a user finally in the database. We're going to register a user. But before we do that, we first have to hash the password, right? The password is actually coming in a string, and it could be anything, really, but it's not being hashed. So applications actually hash the password. They put some type of code in here, some type of characters and stuff, and they iterate this over, thousands of millions of times and come up with different variations of that string. But at the end is going to be your password. It's going to be your secret password, all right? But nobody can see it. Nobody can know about it unless, all right? Unless you tell them, right? Not even the application knows about your password. Because it's going to hash it. Now, we're going to do this with a package, and we already downloaded Flask SQL Alchemy here, so we have a lot of stuff available to us, and we downloaded Flask, okay? So some of these packages that I'm going to import here, we don't have to worry about installing them because they are already included as dependencies, all right? So one of the first things that I want to do here is import. When you have an import like this, what I like doing when it's by itself, I just put it on top here, okay? Anyway, I try to put all these things together if they are related, right? But we'll fix that later. Anyway, so from SQL Alchemy here, I'm going to take out this guy here, integrity error here. And this is going to allow us to give users a nice error about databases, all right? So anything that has to do with SQL Alchemy, of course, is database stuff. So this is just an exception here, just in case somebody maybe makes, two users are trying to make the same username, we can catch the exception, give them a nice error, all right? Anyway, then we have this other package called work. I don't have the help here. Actually, I do have it. Work to security here. From here, I'm going to import, let me see if I get the auto completion here. Generate password hash, all right? This is going to allow us to hash the password, and this comes with Flask, so don't worry about it, right? When you downloaded this, we have this package available. And yeah, that's it. Let me see if I have anything I need here. Yeah, all righty. Let's go and play around with this stuff. So before we put data, we have validation here. We're done with validation. Now that we know that the data is there, it's working, what we need to do is we can say, let me see if I have any. All right, inside this if not errors right here, that's what I'm going to do it. I want to put a try block here, and let's just call this password hash, PW hash. Just like that. And we're going to use this generate password hash, and we're going to grab the password that we got that's coming from the form, actually, right here. This guy. Okay. And we have the user. So we'll get the user model that we have on top right here. And we'll pass in the username there that is coming from the form, all right? So it's gonna be equal to the column that's in there in the database, in the table, and the email as well. And the password, this case is gonna be password hash. All right, that's what's gonna be in the instance. I don't know why. And this one would be the PW hash, all right? Because that's the new password that we got there. All right. Now, let's go ahead and put this in the session for the database, and let's add the user. Boom. And now, we'll do the session here, and we'll do commit, just to make sure that it's committed to the database. Now, once we do that, what I want to do is I want to return redirect. We're going to redirect the user And I thought I had this redirect. I don't have it here. So let's redirect. Let's have that available. Every time I notice that I don't have auto completion is because either I forgot an import or my application is not picking it up. But anyway, we're going to redirect them to the login function. It's going to trigger the login function, not the login path. All right. So it's always going to go to that login function. All right. So now what I want to do also, I want to finish the try block here. And we're going to say accept. And we're going to use that integrity that I brought from the import. And we're going to say DB session roll back. And why are we rolling back? Well, we're rolling back the transaction, right? That's going to clean up any errors or anything. And that way we can keep making queries. So it's always a good practice to do this, right? We roll back and then we can actually append some type of error so that way we can see it. That username, let's say, that username or email is already registered. Registered. There we go. Boom. All right, let's take this off. We don't need this guy here. All right, let's test this. If it doesn't work, guys, do not worry. We'll make this work. All right, don't worry about mistakes, all right? Worry about failing fast and figuring it out. That's all you have to worry about. Fail fast so you can figure it out. So let's go ahead and do this. Make sure you save your file. All righty, let's have my application broke. Of course, let's come back Python app. Let's come back here. It's working. Now let's register TPM. And then TPM, which is the Python mentor, right? Gmail. And let's just put some crazy password here. Secret, 1, 2, and 3. All right, secret, 1, 2, and 3. Boom. Create account. And yeah, let me spell something. That's because I do it in my head most of the time. And yeah. Session.add here. I don't know what in the world I do sometimes. Alrighty, let's do this again. Secret 1, 2, and 3. Secret. Boom. It looks like it worked, right? So we're gonna work on those flash messages later, but let's look into the database. Let's see. Let me go and look into what I got so far. I'm gonna double click on this and it looks like I got some data here. And you can see now that I have the data here and look at the encryption here, right? Crazy, all right? I think behind the scenes, for those of you that know, this is using SHA-256, I believe. And a bunch of like 200 something thousand iterations. But anyway, yeah. It's working really good. For those of you that are thinking to use this DB browser for SQLite, all you have to do is drop the database in there. I'll show you in a minute. Let me just open this up and I'll drop the file. So I found the file here. You can see it and I got it right here. So I'm going to drop it in there. All right. And you can drop it anywhere, really. And you can see the data here. So I go and browse data and you can see it here. All right. You can even edit this stuff here. If you just click it, you can see all the stuff in there. All right. Now, for you guys to use this, when you download it, make sure that sometimes this is going to give you your application is going to give you an error. Like your database is going to get locked because you're using the same file. So when you get that error, go ahead and close the database. All right, and don't use the file when you're doing this. I mean, I close it every time, but most of the time I'm looking at this here with SQLite Viewer, right, with that extension right here. All right. Anyway, guys, that's it for this lecture. We were able to register a user, and the great thing about it is that our passwords are safe, and now they're hashed and they're ready to go. I'll see you guys on the next lecture. Give yourself a really good celebration today if you were able to keep up with me with without any problems. You deserve it. And if you had a problem and you solved it, celebrate as well. Really good job. If you gave up, I need you to try it and try it and try it until you make it work. You can do this. All right? I'll see you guys on the next lecture. Be consistent, guys. Be consistent.